Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Just because I can, and they continue with Pathologic, Blind, the town is dying, total death toll 4000. Day 9, in which it becomes apparent that the Haruspeks will have to fight for the kin and the land of his ancestors. A message from the temporary headquarters. Artemi Burak, the surgeon, is hereby requested to report for service. Present yourself immediately at the headquarters of the 4th Army Commander, located at the Town Hall. Signed, Major General Alexander Block. The Butcher's letter, the Army and the Inquisition. It is not simply the future of the town that we are about to decide on. It is not merely the fate of a random settlement that hangs in the balance, but the fate of one of the last places where the rapidly disappearing culture has survived. Societies that are able to direct the efforts to create impossible things are obliterated within the merciless passage of history. The rulers lack even the nominal kind of authority. Aglaia's hands are tied. While she's still alive, she won't let the commander raise and demolish at will. However, keeping the military in check is a task that will claim the entirety of her attention. There are not that many people left here who are able to make meaningful decisions. This puts a great responsibility on us both. I suppose unless one of the chess queens is removed from the board, their conflict will end in a stalemate. This will give us an opportunity to influence the ultimate decision. This may lead to our demise as well. Be very careful. Okay, so I will report to the headquarters. Which is incidentally also not far.
The weapon security must be tightened.
Artemi Burak, the surgeon. That's me. You were recommended to me as an extraordinarily talented doctor who is also knowledgeable in the practices specific to this place. Were you born here? Yes, my parents came from the kin, and there's no need to roar, General. I can hear you just fine.
Whose will was it that sent us to this plague-ridden hellhole?
I've heard reports about you.
At the front line.
I've heard about you. Is it true that you managed to make a cure for the disease? It is. Good, you deserve a commendation. Why? Because now, thanks to you, the Inquisitor has no reason to be here. She can end her short leave and march back to the scaffold. She won't be getting in my way, and that'll make things easier for us. To the scaffold? She's sentenced to death. Her leave here was her final chance to rehabilitate herself. She will be cleared of all charges if she finds a solution and wins, otherwise the verdict continues to apply. But she deserves it fully, so don't worry. Deserves it how? That's not what we're talking about at the moment. We're talking about a cure. I never conceived it as a tool of someone else's execution. I find it puzzling that the Bachelor disregards this fact so easily. He is not as spirited as you are. Is there a way to make as much of this serum of yours as possible? How much do you need? hundreds of liters, enough to cure everyone infected and send an emergency batch to the capital. That's impossible. Why? The source of the material is too rare. What is it made from? It uses Aurochs blood. And Aurochs is a rare creature. You can say that they are extinct. Where did you get the blood? At the abattoir. Like, I might need the army to help me get more. I've already sent troops to the abattoir. Lost 2 platoons there. We barely managed to get the professor out, the bachelor. They beat us back, naturally. I've heard that you're a steppe man yourself. Can you gain the subterranean informant's trust and find out how to get the abominable blood? And how are you planning to handle it once we have it? You'll be the one to do the handling. I will simply report to the capital. Mission successful, conscience clear. Obviously I'll do it over the head of that scheming fox that wanted to outsmart us all and profit from it too. She'd have us dance to her tune and make us think we're doing our duty while playing directly into her hands. Yeah, she was kind of helpful though, so don't speak bad of her, I guess. I need results, everything else is secondary. Do you copy? Fine. The commander advised me to go to the abattoir. Okay. But they said the bachelor is here? Like, they said we've managed to get the professor, the bachelor, out. So where is he then? You dare come back, Half-Blood One? Why would I not, Elder One? You are not brave, you are thick. I can kill you with my breath, I can kill you with my touch, I can burn you with my gaze. I have come to ask you, Elder One. Ask once. There is no second question. Is it true that the Uruk is everything that surrounds us? You are becoming wiser, Kindred One. You have asked a good question. Fine, you will have the answer, and a gulp of the boss Primigenius's blood. I will know that you can withstand the answer if you pass the trial. You will be rid of your strength. I'm not sure what that means, but sure. Boss Turok's house have been desecrated. A bad omen for unkind times. A snakeskin-coated intruder has got in there at night. It must have been he that has stolen the leather bottles filled with living blood. I'll give you the answer if you find where the blood is gone. Have it your way. Where even is that though?
Resolve doesn't equal true strength, kindred one.
Mother Bodo gives you warmth, kindred one. Who is my sacrifice, elder one? You will learn that in time. How can you know you're worthy of your father's inheritance otherwise? I have accepted the inheritance already. Have you? Are you content with pickings and scraps from your family's feast? If you are, then yes, you have. I need to talk to the bachelor if I am to learn the details of the last night's intrusion into the abattoir. But where is he though? Where is the bachelor? Like, last time I checked, he actually wasn't at his house, and I specifically looked for him in the town hall, and I don't think he was there either. I will go back to both of those places because, to be honest, what choice do I even have? Is this intended? So, to me, it seems like I'm one step away from death. But I am not infected, so there are no living here. This place belongs to the dead. I know that. I've come to pay my respects to the dead. You had an opportunity to stop this. So he died of the plague? But last time he was fine. Last night. So what? Nothing can be changed now. The inhabitant of this place is dead. To be honest, whatever, like, I don't care about, even if I get like a bad ending, as long as it is an ending, I will be alright with it at this point. But I have no idea what's up with my exhaustion levels. To me, it definitely does seem that I am going to drop dead any second now.
I'm having chest pain.
I need the bachelor. Where is he? He left for the polyhedron and he hasn't come back yet. I'm worried. What are you worrying about? The soldiers, do they know what they're doing? Well, they are killing some people, but that's unlikely to make you feel better. They are not doing anything, don't be afraid. There are posts at every corner. The Bachelor did not return from the polyhedron. Apparently the mirror tower is no less dangerous than Suok's caverns, and I thought I was the only one risking my head. So the polyhedron is that weird great tower. Fair enough. I am going in that direction anyway, because I want to talk to the Inquisitor. Changeling's choice. I know that I've been told that you have been told I am a witch, not a saint. They might have even told you that I am the sand pest itself, wearing the masquerade of flesh and blood. They certainly must have told you that I saved the castaway and condemned the ingenious. That they say that I break the courageous and force them to submit to the plague. But let me tell you one thing, saints and miracle workers are always covered in blood and filth. Their acts are not necessarily comprehensible to the common folk, who expect kindness instead of good, and courtesy instead of love. That is not who I am. I know what will happen in 3 days. I will be able to avoid the contradiction that keeps you and the Bachelor in the dark. Remember, I will perform a miracle in the end. I will perform it with the help of the outcasts and the evil. Badgriff the thief, Foreman the villain, Alexander the cruel, Katrina the deceived, Lara the vengeful, Yulia the unbeliever, Anna the egoist, Aspiti the heathen, and Ruben the oathbreaker. They will survive in order to die, and upon dying they will claim life everlasting. I need them for this miracle to work. Remember that. Clara. Interestingly, Vlad is not on that list. So, you know, maybe it doesn't matter that he's dead.
Have you met a courier on the way?
You should go. You'll do fine without my help, as you wish. Fainties, don't touch me, you fierce man. Where's the bachelor? He was taken to the first circle, and then he was taken out of here just to be safe. What if General Ashes sticks his neck out for him? You never know. He could start shooting. The first circle? Well, here to the polyhedron. We wanted to make it our fortress. Too bad it's so fragile. Nothing you can do about glass. We're afraid it might fail. Hoping for the canes, eh? What do the canes have to do with this? They protect us. What do you care? What are you, a spy? I need Dankowski. No, we took him out. He gave Khan blank cartridges instead of real ones, and swindling Khan is not a smart thing to do. His temper is short. He let the bachelor live for now out of respect. Perhaps the man changes his mind and spills the beans. Where did you take him? They took him to the works. He'll be subject to the extreme interrogation techniques there. Just tell everyone he's not there if you're asked, especially since that's true. Watch it, especially if I don't find him at the works. Somewhere in these factory dungeons, the dogheads are torturing Bachelor Dankowski. These basement chambers are the favorites of those who like to quietly mete out mob justice. What is this structure? And should I waste time on finding out? This definitely feels to me that something is wrong with my exhaustion level. You know what? The amount of how much I do not care is great enough that I will just go there, because who knows how long this quest is going to be. Like last time, I literally had like 3 minutes until midnight to do the main objective, so I'll just go and do that.
Bachelor is supplying children with guns. That's impossible.
I'm very worried about Dad. Yet to be honest, he's dead, so in a way, you don't need to worry about him at all. It's not going to get worse for him. Howdy, Chief. It's Bachelor Dankowski here. Captured, as you can see. He's our trophy. The man's taking his last few breaths. That's inconvenient. You remember me, Chief? Do you think I can see who you are behind the mask? Are you the guy from the beginning that I didn't kill? You let me go a week ago, the day the old man died. Ah, I see. Hello there. So what do you want? I'm looking for a specimen for my experiments. A bachelor-sized one. You can have him. Tit for tat. Let me talk to the guys. Okay, thanks. I do actually quite appreciate it. Thank you. If it weren't for you, those little buggers would have split my guts. However, you shouldn't have let yourself be run by them. The kids are arming up, and I have a strong suspicions these arms may go off at any moment. What the hell did you want with that tower in the first place? I have every reason to believe that the polyhedron plays a key part in the history of the settlement. It's not actually part of the town, it stands on its own. Yet, they do have an inexplicable connection. One cannot last long without the other. Tell me, have you ever been to the abattoir? I have, why? How deep did you go? I haven't gotten far. They seized me almost immediately. I would have died a grim death if not for the commander. The military came in the nick of time. I am inclined to think of their intervention as a sort of miracle. Was the commander inside too? He was. We are best friends now. Why do you ask? Has he taken anything? No. But, it was that little mite that had announced when the pass is going to open. What you may not know is that it opened because they have carried a parcel out. Who has? The butchers and those hide-clad thugs. Where did they go? I took no notice of it. It was dark, and I also ran inside immediately. Thank you. You've been of help. So, where could they be? Do I know that? Not really. The Bachelor is free again. I don't suppose he was able to sneak in the sanctum of the kin and steal the sacred blood, but he might know someone who did. With the circumstances of the sacrilege established, I believe the Bachelor can be trusted. Time has come to relay the story to Foreman Oyun. I will nonetheless pay one more visit to the polyhedron. Aren't you bothered by its inhabitants? You see, I have a theory about it. I'm a little surprised I haven't considered it before. I'll tell you later if it proves true. The amount of back and forth running in this game is kind of mind-numbing. Like, at this point, to be honest, regardless of what ending I get, I'll be just happy to be done with it. I don't like this game. I don't think this is a good game. It definitely isn't fun. But even in the sense where, sometimes things are not fun, but they are nevertheless profound. For example, tragedy in art. Even as that, this isn't really profound in my opinion. It's just annoying. Like, it's as if, and the sort of worst thing about this game is that what I have heard about it and the way people talk about it, it gives this almost cultish vibe where you know, if you dislike this game, or if you think it's designed poorly, then you're somehow a peasant, because you're not supposed to be enjoying it, and that's where the art comes from the art of not enjoying it. But I think that's stupid. I think it isn't. Not everything that is unpleasant is necessarily, profound. Not everything that is irritating is some kind of a great statement. Sometimes things are just shit. Like, it's really easy to produce shit. It's hard to produce something that's irritating, and yet nonetheless, people swear, What has killed me? People swear up and down by it, which people do for this game, but I don't see it at all. Master Bodo gives you warmth, Kindred One. Oidon didn't steal the blood, I can testify to that. He saw 2 butchers and 3 bone breakers take something out of the abattoir. Sounds true. 2 children of Bodo and 3 worms are missing. You have passed the trial, what do you want to know? I want the truth. Ask me then. Here inside the vein of Bodo, no one will dare to lie to you. This is why knowledge drips scarcely from me like clotting blood from a wound. Who did my father have in mind? What is this Udurk creature marked by the brand? A creature of the kind is always around. The body that contains the world. Anybody contains the world. Yours doesn't, mine doesn't. The world in your head is not a world, it's a mold. What sacrifice am I supposed to make? You will learn of that tomorrow if you pass the next trial, Kindred One. Do not get ahead of yourself. I will come tomorrow. The foreman needs more time to come to terms with what he has learned. It seems that he is less shaken by the theft of the blood than by the treachery of the faithful. Tomorrow the story will continue. Okay, although I still don't I don't know what's happening with what's his name? What's happening with my exhaustion? Like, it seems like either a bug or something that I just don't understand. Like, like I'm afflicted by something and I don't know how to combat it. To be honest, at this point, if this is a bug and it ends up killing me, if it ends up killing me because I've been walking around for quite some time, which makes me think this either is a bug or it's intended to mean something, like I'm at the end of my rope or whatever. But if it ends up killing me, I will look it up, and if I determine it's a bug, at this point I would be willing to actually cheat to get rid of it, because there is no enjoyment to be had in this game for me. And seeing how I'm nearing the end of the game, I don't think I will suddenly magically discover it now. you know, if I haven't been having fun for like the last whatever 7 hours, because you know at the beginning when everything was new, I was giving it a chance. I didn't want to dislike this game. You know, if I would plan on doing that, I would have just never bought it. I heard it's really good, so I was prepared to give it a chance and generally approached it with an open mind. But there's been a long time since I had a fun in any capacity whatsoever. Sticky's house. You know what? I might visit some of those people, because maybe they need help. You know, Vlad just died kind of out of the blue. I wasn't prepared for that. To be honest, I don't think I can counter that creature. Well, that's not a creature, that's a person. But I have nowhere to run. That wasn't that house anyway, I think. I've looked at the map wrong, I think. Although...
I hope they won't touch our tower.
Okay, so you're not really doing anything. Because my quest for the day is done, so... I would hate for any of them to just drop dead. After I have, sacrificed so much and spent so much time trying to keep them alive. If you see a mugger, a barber, a looter, a fire starter, any violent person really, you go ahead and whistle or call for the guards. Just enunciate the word, will you? Guards. Otherwise we might confuse it for the shrieks of the infected. They are wailing constantly, you see, out loud and collectively too. Are there a lot of infected people here? Okay, so I can't trade with you anymore, is what you're trying to tell me.
It's the same power that my dear mother used to glimmer with.
Why don't you speak to her? I cannot speak to you in her presence just like that. She's older, Feel awkward. You are the mistress of the house. I'll speak to your guest first if you want. Alright, so what are you doing here?
There are so many crows in the sky.
Who put the fires out? There is a sense of purpose, a hostile will to act, and most importantly, why? What are you doing here? Beg your pardon? I am the Inquisitor in the case you haven't noticed. The Bachelor's orders do not concern me. What fires are you talking about? The signal fires were extinguished. At first I thought this was done to destroy my credibility in the Commander's eyes, but the fires were lit when they came, so there has to be another reason. It will be portrayed as my criminal negligence anyway, but this outcome will be different. What do you mean? It was my duty to light the fires. It is within conventional regulations to light the signal fires in case of an outbreak of a dangerous disease that can spread across open terrain, a standard measure, the breach of which is severely punished. Exceptionally severely, in my case. Why would fires be a nuisance to anyone? Why put them out then? Someone must have had something to gain from this. What are they for? They serve as a warning to those who might want to enter the town, oblivious of the epidemic. It was perplexing to see that the sites have been prepared in advance though. All I had to do was place the warning flags. The fires had been lit for other purposes. Do you by any chance remember why? We could light them up again, if that would make you feel better. Please be so kind. Capella says some enthusiasts are on it already. She's angry with me, which is really telling. What does she have to do with it? I came to speak to Vlad, and stopped by here, as you can see. Victoria informed me of the unpleasant news, and asked if it was I that had sent her friend on a scouting mission. It wasn't. I wonder who it was. Why were you looking for Vlad? Wouldn't you like to find out what the deal with the termitary was? And by the way, who's an Inquisitor here, you or I? I'm starting to get confused. Really? I'll talk to Capella then.
No. He hates us already. He'll raise us to the ground and kick his own grave before going down.
Who would put the fires out? Or as our good friend Bachelor would say, Fi prodest.
I feel a current in my veins.
Yes, the deal with the fires is a mess. Bad fortune seems to be at my heels, but it was most likely inevitable. It was always those who are part of my design that I end up in danger. It is all a trial. I've got no one to turn to but you. What do you mean, part of your design? Several kids. I told you before, and your father before that, the outcast children, those who didn't fit in the polyhedron, and those who have left it willingly, Taya Taichik, Notkin, Sticky, Murky, Grace. And one more boy, but we'll talk about him later. And what do they have to do with the fires? The fires were put out. I don't really care about the fires themselves. In fact, I'm glad they are out. They made me feel terrified and made the town look truly doomed. Sticky is risking his life because of them now. What are they for anyway? How is he risking his life? I don't know exactly. I think he and a friend of his were trying to catch the elusive albino by fire, and now they want to light them up again in order to catch those who put them out. What for? Sticky is a brave boy. He thinks the albino has something to do with the plague. He also knows the albino is always following the same route, and Aglaya ordered the fires to be lit just by the path. Oh, it's merely his way of putting his bravery to the test. Where is he lighting them up? I don't know, perhaps he's still at home? Talk him out of going there. The fires will be lit without him just fine. I'll ask the Bachelor to issue an order. Okay, I'll talk to him. That's kind of annoying. Sticky sure loves looking for trouble. The story with the fires certainly does reek of some sinister plots and lots of spilled blood. Let's pay him a visit. It's somewhat annoying because I've just been there. Oopsie daisy, you're not the one we were expecting. We can't take you on. Have you seen Sticky around? I'm looking for him myself, why do you ask? He wants to crab our game. We're working and he's unworking it back. Doesn't matter. There's good men guarding the fires who hate themselves and halves. They just got to stop crowding the earth and go guard the one on the other side of the river. They won't listen to us though. Maybe you could tell them. Sticky, that rascal. So you're waiting for him here? Yeah, I mean, we could go to the cemetery. That's where he's always meeting with them souls and halves. Someone's gotta go there. Or should we just wait a bit more? They actually could give us a thrashing. Just keep waiting, hero. Sticky would be snooping around somewhere around here, unless the poisoned town already ground that rascal to dust. A remarkable guest has come to see me. She's asking about you, VO. That's about the Inquisitor though. I already know that because I was literally just there. At least I assume it's about the Inquisitor, you know, asking about me. That room she is could scarcely even fit another person. So I doubt there's anyone else here. But Oi, Ripper. I'm Stump, remember me? You all look the same. Where's Sticky? Sniffing around somewhere, scouting or something. Or maybe lighting the fire in the stone yard? Don't matter, he'll be okay. Alright, let me help you. Got matches? Yo, that'll be so cool. We don't have no fuel, but I can do with a self-made lighter. You'll see how great I am with flint and steel. Come with me, it's safer with you along. Perhaps we'll even find Sticky. I'll go first, you keep behind me. Okay, so where am I currently in relation to those? Right here. Okay. Are you hostile? Yes, apparently. Or are you? Do I really have to kill kids? Wow. very dark. In my defense, they did try to kill me. Well, are you coming? Light the fire. Or I guess follow me. Maybe you can only light a fire from close proximity, which I guess would make sense. Unless you have like grenades. Schmauder, a mix of randomly chosen drugs, mostly antibiotics. They were created by the children to play plague. The random recipe produced an unexpected result. The powder completely removes the effects of the sunbreak infection, but severely damages health. Okay. I guess that's would be useful in a pinch. Mostly for someone else, maybe, if they fall ill. This is arguably the darkest quest in the game. I'm just killing children. Sticky is nowhere to be seen. He must have lit the fires in the stone yards or the knots and come back home, if he hasn't been snuffed out. Of course, I wonder what the unsnuffed out lad sniffed out. I'll go to Sticky's place then. Okay, this is ridiculously annoying. I hope I'll at least get some good rewards. Although, I guess I already did. The Schmauder is essentially like, you know, poor man's panacea. I'm still tough. That's not great.
I can barely.
Bachelor is supplying children with guns. That's impossible.
I can barely. Every Joker's one step away from being a goner.
Ah, you're back. We've been talking about you, so how did it go? There you are. I've been looking all over for you. They ambushed me at my place. Have you been there? I have. Saw a bunch of chickens. Why are they so scared? Well, I'm not just some bloke, as it turns out. Got a place in Capella's master plan, see? I'll start taking things on when she turns into the White Mistress. First, I'll become the head of intelligence, but then... Oh man. Oh man, what? I can't tell you yet. Don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Ever heard of that saying? I have.
I hope they won't touch our tower.
Thank you. Sorry to have you run errands.
It's the same power that my dear mother used to glimmer with.
Has Sticky been here long? Seems like I've been running errands for nothing. He has only just come. You were not just running errands, and definitely not for nothing. Had the people you defeated survived, they would have joined the ambush. Now I think the dogheads will go away when they realize there is nothing to see and do. Is that so? The soldiers are all over the place now. They won't risk staying in town for too long, but they would rather return to the polyhedron. I'm so thankful to you for helping Sticky out. You have my gratitude, Warden. You're welcome. Oh. Okay, that's
The day is
super Stupid.
Your timely
Actually, hunger has been killing me.
It's the
This
same
joint
power
won't break.
that my
It's made of
dear
metal.
mother used to glimmer with. It's the same power.
The day is over. Your timely efforts allowed your supporters to remain unharmed. A new mime performance is being rehearsed at the theater.
Okay. A letter from Aglaya Lilich on the sacrifice that was prophesied. I know the ritual of proportionate sacrifice very well. To keep something precious that is condemned to extinction, sacrifice of equal value must be offered. What is this offering that you were meant to make? Nobody knows. Be careful, however. There are many people these days who crave distraction, many people who want to lead you down the wrong path, or to use you for their own benefit. Okay, but this has been definitely long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!